Uh, Somebody asked me one time, they said, what is the hardest gig that you've ever played? And boy, I thought, and I said, well, there's been a whole bunch of them. I've been to Scotland and played, and I did a simulcast where we were being taped, and we were in Dallas, but we were being simulcast to Toronto and to Rome. And when I was in high school, at the last minute, I got picked to play with the San Antonio Symphony. So there's been a bunch of them. But the hardest thing that I've ever had to do was back in the early '80s when they had the Challenger shuttle incident. The next day, our church had a memorial service, and they called me and asked me to go play taps. So taps is a very easy song to play. There's not much to it, and you just get up there and you play that, and you're done. And so I went up there, and they did their part of the ceremony. And they got to me, and I looked down on the front row, and on the front row there's about 8 veterans sitting down there, and they ran. This was in 1983, 4, somewhere around there. They ranged from World War I all the way up to Korea, and we're sitting there. And when I got ready to play, they all got on their canes, and they stood up. Half of them had to help each other up, but they stood up, and they, before I started playing, they started saluting. And oh my Lord, I got my horn up to my lips, and there was tears coming down, and my old lips started quivering. And anybody that knows anything about playing an instrument, if your mouth is moving, you're not going to do very well. So I had to calm down for a minute before I could start playing. But that was the most emotional thing I've ever seen, was those old men and the people that had died. They weren't even in the military, but they were serving their country, and they were there honoring them. And I want to show y'all a picture. This is my best friend in high school and in college. His name was Scott Threlkeld. Scott, he was a good guy. He was kind of different, wasn't he, Dad?
Yes, he was.
But he was a good guy, and he worked his way by himself through college and got into the Navy and was a fighter pilot. And he was stationed out in San Diego, and they were doing training missions. And he went out on this training mission, and they lost the plane. They never found the plane or any of the crew. And they were out on a ship, so they were way out into the Pacific, but they never found any of them. So this morning I want to play taps, obviously for all of those that have fallen in the past, and but I also want to play for Scott. And he was a very dear friend, and I want to honor him as well. And after I play taps, there's no words to taps, so you can't sing with me. But after I play taps, I want to play God Bless America. So when we start playing that, y'all sing with me when I'm playing God Bless America.